Good evening, students. I'm sorry there was a power fluctuation, so it got delayed, and I'll try to finish our discussion as early as possible because we are expecting we have a power fluctuation in our area. Okay, now I think I am visible and audible to all of you. Good evening. Now this was a request made by many people to discuss the prelims syllabus because there is a lot of overlap in the prelims syllabus. That is the reason why I thought I'll have a discussion on the prelims syllabus. Good evening. Just waiting for everybody to join in. Now, as I said, prelims syllabus, basically you have these areas. If you can notice, you can see the list of the areas that are listed. Current affairs, regional, national, international. Many of you have been asking me, there is no general English here. These are the topics that are listed in your syllabus. Many of you have been asking me about the weightage of the topics, how there is an overlap and all. So that is the reason why we are going to discuss this. Santosh, I didn't get your question, but for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I request you all to hold on with your questions because I'll just explain this and then I'll take up your questions. Now, current affairs, regional, national and international. If you notice, international is given here and again you have international relations here. Now, international relations here basically will be a background to international affairs. It is basically going to be backgrounders. For example, they can ask you about backgrounders. Okay. For example, they can ask you about formation of an intergovernmental organization, in which year it was formed and so on. This usually we take as backgrounders. From my perspective in current affairs, this is very, very important. You can get at least 10 questions only on regional current affairs. Telangana specific current affairs can be asked. Then we have international relations and events, national and international. The next important would be national and final would be international. According to me, out of these two areas, you can expect around 25 to 30 questions in total. Going by the previous exams. General science, India's achievements in science and technology is the next topic. Earlier, science and technology was basically asked as part of current affairs, but India's achievements in science and technology is listed, so you have to know all the previous achievements of India in science and technology, especially with reference to space technology and defense technology. This includes institutions formed, established, like IRCT, CCMB and all those things. Institution and the location is important. We can roughly expect around 10 marks on this. And then we have environmental issues, disaster management, prevention and mitigation strategies. Apart from current based environment, there will be questions on concepts in environment and so on, which we can expect around 10 marks. Economic and social development of India. Many of you have asked me that Indian economy is not listed in your syllabus. Then what is economic and social development of India? This is basically your Indian economy. And when we talk about social development, it pertains to your schemes and policies, the central government schemes and policies. So this is going to be roughly 15 marks. Now, world geography, Indian geography and geography of Telangana. Geography of Telangana is very important. You can expect around 5 to 10 marks only from this, and the overall weightage of this area could be 20 to 25 marks. See, I'm not setting the paper, so I'm not giving you any perfect this thing that this is what you have to you're going to get. I'm just giving you a tentative overview. History and cultural heritage of India around 20 marks. Polity 20 marks. Now many of you have a doubt with governance and public policy in India. Governance is everything and anything that the government is going to do. Okay, any measures taken by the government, it could be a policy, it could be a scheme, it could be a mission, it could be anything that the government does is considered to be governance. Public policy, all your policies that are declared by the government, like the National Nutrition Mission, it could be the National Education Policy and so on, all of them come under public policy. So basically this pertains to all schemes, socio-economic legislations like Manrega, National Food Security Act, missions, policies and so on. We usually discuss this as part of economy. In India, you have to know about all these by the government of India, and certain states also have flagship programs. For example, when it comes to United AP, we consider Arogya Shri as a flagship program. And when we talk about Telangana, Raitu Bandhu Pathakam is considered as a flagship program. So you should know the flagship programs of states, important programs of the states. Policies of Telangana state is very important. From here, this again overlaps with economy. You can roughly expect 10 marks. From here, you can expect around 10 to 20 marks. It is all schemes related to Telangana. You have to be very particular about this. Now, society, culture, heritage, arts and literature of Telangana. Without reading history, how will you read a society, culture, arts, literature of Telangana? So basically this would include Telangana history, and you can roughly expect 15 to 20 marks on this, because Telangana society is very important. Society and culture is very important. Now social exclusion, rights issues such as gender, caste, tribe, disability and so on, and inclusive policies, this again overlaps with 9 and 10. Again here you have to know about all schemes, policies, constitutional provisions related to the vulnerable sections. This overlaps. So if you read polity, economy perfectly, this is covered actually. Then logical reasoning and analytical ability, you can expect about 15 marks from here. This is the overview of the subject. This is how we can expect the marks, and this is how you should approach. Qualifying marks for each paper is there, Mohammed. Now you can raise your questions, please. From 2014 onwards, Abhiram, from the day of formation of Telangana. Telangana subjects, Shikara Academy books are there. Schemes related to vulnerable sections, SCs, STs, women, tribes and so on. Srinivas. You can ask me your questions now. This is the overview that you were asking me for. In totality, if I have to list the subjects separately, I'll list it as current affairs, general science, science and technology, environment, disaster management, Indian geography, Indian economy, world, India and regional geography, Indian history, polity, policies of Telangana state, Telangana history and culture, and logical reasoning. These would be my subjects. That's not a major this thing, AM, UN, but you can still, I think they'll give you time to change if there are any mistakes. Formation classes for whom, Santosh? You're asking formation classes for whom? Nature 5, expected cutoff, entamandi rastaru, okay, paper toughness etla undi, prelims aina ganta sepuki adugute nenu chepta. Ippudu expected cutoff etla cheptaru. Usually it won't be beyond 100. 97 అట్లా ఉంటుంది. దాని తర్వాతనే ఉంటుంది బాబీ, it will be after that only. Telangana and current affairs should be focused the most, Shiva. Telangana economy in prelims will be in the form of policies of Telangana state. Neelakanta, there is a possibility that they might ask a couple of questions on formation. I cannot rule it out. That's the reason I'm advising you all to read at least the overview. Vishnu, it depends on which subject you are preparing for and what's your background. We are going to upload the videos only in the YouTube. Arjun. Telangana current affairs have been preparing my, there is a contemplation as to whether I have to publish it as a book or take it as videos, but I've been editing all current affairs. I might need another 1 week to complete them. Yes, Rakshit, it is more than enough. Paramesh, I'm going to announce it. The schedule is ready. I'm just thinking. I was waiting for the date for the essay to come because that would give me a tentative idea as to when prelims will be. So accordingly, I'm going to schedule it and release it. Aman, Telangana today is the only paper. Society and culture of Telangana state, you have Telugu Academy book, my book if I think is available. International relations, don't read it separately, Saidulu. International relations, current affairs lo backgrounders chadvandi saripotundi. My book on society is 2016, but it has all the core content remains the same, Saidulu. You just have to update the schemes and policies. Core will not change. Nothing like that, Abhiram. You have to read Indian history as it is. Parmesh, that's what I'm telling you. Essay date ivalu ochindi kabatti prelims dan tarvatane untadi. Danni batti schedule chestanu. Schedule ready undi, dates okkati ivvali. TS formation printed material from where, Amma? I didn't get you, Shiva. That's what I'm thinking, AM. Santosh, where do you have the time, Santosh? Already we are running 6 hours of classes. Where should I start formation? New versions are not there. There have been mistakes, but I don't think they've come with new versions, Srinivas. Telangana today is in English. There will be 3 months, Vishnu. That's what I'm contemplating, Arjun. There have, frankly, people have approached for a publication. Let's decide. GK, no, Amma. What GK? Current affairs, GK based, yes. Any more questions? Policies and schemes, the Telangana Economic Survey. Yes, Praneeth. Shiva, it will be only after the SI exam, not before that. Randhir, na articles enduku vastalevo vallane aduguthe vallu cheptaru. It should be prelims come mains approach only, Turab. But what you can do is those areas which are common in prelims and mains, you focus more on that. Fine, Nikhil. Maximum scoring subjects will be current affairs and Telangana specific. Socio-economic survey of Telangana would be a good resource, but it will not completely help. International relations book is not required, Anusha. Civil services, see guys, international relations, let me just tell you one important point. Civil services also, IR, you don't get more than 10 questions. The maximum they can give is 10. Last year they did not even give a single question. Group 1 is a state public service commission exam. They will not give too many questions on IR. Please get this straight. Unnecessarily don't read books and waste your time. Just read the backgrounders of current affairs and that is good enough. I'm not planning anything as of now, Tirupati. General science and HRO, Upendra. సో దాంట్లో మీరు బయాలజీ ఫిజిక్స్ కెమిస్ట్రీ బేసిక్స్ తెలిస్తే బెటర్. ఒకవేళ క్వశ్చన్స్ వచ్చినా మీరు ఆన్సర్ చేయగలుగుతారు. సోషో ఎకనామిక్ సర్వే సరిపోతుంది నేచర్, కానీ పాతవి కూడా చూడాలి, అంటే స్కీమ్ డేట్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. అరవింద్ యాదవ్, modern Indian history and culture will be focused more, Turap. You should be a little careful about the mistakes, Srinivas. I would think, from my understanding, modern and culture will be focused more, Sukesh. In the market directly, Nikhil, it will take another 10 to 15 days. నేచర్ సరిపోదు. పాలసీస్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ స్టేట్ కరెంట్ బేస్డ్ మీకు సోషో ఎకనామిక్ సర్వేలో దొరుకుతుంది, కానీ డేట్ ఎప్పుడైతే అవి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాయో అవన్నీ చూసుకోవాలి ఉన్నాయా లేదా. కురుక్షేత్ర అండ్ యోజన is not required as on now. It is only useful for general essay. Bharat, basically when you write an answer and you read on your own, you'll at least identify 10 to 15 mistakes. The day you think your answer is perfect, then you show it to somebody else for evaluation. Science and technology should be focused more, Shiva. Current affairs with backgrounders is more than enough for IR. Bindu, you go through PYQs of UPSC and PYQs of all exams that were conducted by State Public Service Commission. We are conducting a test series for prelims. You can reach out to the office for that. You have to read the entire socio-economic survey. Sukesh, everything from 2014 till date. Indian economy syllabus చాలా క్లియర్గా ఇచ్చారు ఉపేందర్, మీకు గ్రూప్ 1 మెయిన్స్లో అది సరిపోతుంది. మీరు యూ ప్లీజ్ టార్గెట్ 110 మార్క్స్ ఇన్ యువర్ మాక్ టెస్ట్ ఫర్ గ్రూప్ 1 ప్రిలిమ్స్, దెన్ యూ విల్ క్లియర్. Environment and disaster management will be around 10 marks nature. Current affairs of last 6 months is good enough, Turap. All major events over the last 2 years is okay, but last 6 months you should be thorough. World geography, it will be more on physical geography, Neelakanta. Focus more on concepts, India and regional. See, Telangana areas will be around 30 to 40 marks in total. That's what I'm trying to do, Vishnu. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, Lavanya. Narsimha, 3rd edition update undi. Prakash sir. Category wise selection undadu, Arshad. From UP, fill the form you can, Nikunj, but you will have only, you'll be competing in that 5% only. Telangana geography, you can expect around 10 marks. Telangana economy, basically policies 10 to 15 marks. Focus, there was a atlas named Spur Publications, by Spur Publications, on Telangana only. Check if it is available. That is very useful for you for geography. It is part of Indian history. What you read in main, Sukesh, that is more than enough. Current affairs is included in the test series, Vishnu. Current affairs, you have separate tests in the test series. How many articles you should read, Mahesh? You should read everything. But fundamental rights, there are certain parts in constitution which are important. Good evening, Shivaratan. New book coming on what, Ravi? Prakash sir book is also there in English, Mohammed. General English they will not ask, Ramya. At least here it is not written. So for prelims you can forget in general English. Turab, I am contemplating whether I have to do a video or release it as a magazine. That is what I am thinking. Telangana related, should I take coaching for this? If you have already taken it for Telangana, you don't need it. Abhiram, what I would suggest is there are some common areas that are there in both prelims and mains, like polity, geography, history. Focus from a prelims and mains perspective. You can leave governance for now. You can leave science and technology, environment, the mains part for now. Sare Shivratan. Randir, current affairs వాళ్ళు అడుగుతున్నారు. Shiva, exact weightages I cannot tell. Vasundhara, Shikara, printed material, more than the printed material, my class notes is important, Amma. Spur, SPAR, Spur Publications, Abhiram. Disaster management ki NCRT books unnai, Amma Niharika. Current Telangana related schemes is socio-economic survey, Vishnu. నేను అవి చూడని కూడా చూడలేదు శివరతన్, నాకు ఐడియా లేదు. జనవరి నుండి స్పెసిఫిక్గా చదవాలి మహేష్. లాజికల్ రీజనింగ్ యూ కెన్ గో ఫర్ ఆర్ఎస్ అగర్వాల్. పాలసీస్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ సోషో ఎకనామిక్ సర్వే, సైదులు ఒక్క బుక్ కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ మీద, అంటే మార్కెట్లో చాలా వచ్చినాయి కానీ వాటి స్టాండర్డ్ నేను ఇంతకుముందు ఎక్కడో కూడా చెప్పాను. మీరు బేసిక్గా కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ బుక్ తీసుకునేటప్పుడు ప్రజెంటేషన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, ఎందుకంటే కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ ఎవరు చేసినా అవే ఉంటాయి. సో అది ఎట్లా ప్రజెంట్ చేశారు మీకు అన్నది ఇంపార్టెంట్. వెరీ సూన్ రాధిక. We don't sell our notes, Sukesh. We don't sell our notes. As a rule, Shikara never sells any material outside because it is only for the students who have enrolled with us. There will be questions on ancient history. See, if you notice in history, they wrote cultural history and cultural heritage of India. Cultural heritage of India will basically focus on culture. 15 questions వరకు రావచ్చు నిహారిక. Love, SS, that is what you have named yourself. Please contact the office for my time. TSET classes are worth, see wherever you take classes it depends on who is taking the class. So more than the channel, the teacher is important. Environment and disaster management, you have NCRT book separately on disaster management, Kranti, and environment is included in NCRT geography. We don't give demos, Shiva, as a rule. Demos, the reason why we don't give is, now because you have asked, because Shiva has asked, I think I should clarify on this. It's been 8 years since this institution has been established. Until date we never gave demos. The reason is, demos lo anni perfect ga చూపిస్తారు, రేపొద్దున మంచి లేకపోతే మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు. సో డెమోస్ నా ప్రకారం టైం వేస్ట్ ఫర్ అ స్టూడెంట్ అండ్ అ టీచర్. మీకు ఒక ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ పారామీటర్ అప్రోచబిలిటీ, ఎంతవరకు మీరు టీచర్స్తో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వగలుగుతారు, మీకు క్లాస్లో కూర్చుంటే కనిపిస్తుందా లేదా. స్ట్రెంత్ లిమిటెడ్ ఉన్నప్పుడే టీచర్స్తో ఇంటరాక్షన్ పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది. సో స్ట్రెంత్ లిమిటెడ్ ఉందా లేదా, మీ ప్రిపరేషన్ మీద మీకు ఏ డౌట్ వచ్చినా సార్ట్అవుట్ చేయడానికి ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా లేదా, ఇట్లాంటి పారామీటర్స్ మీద వెళ్ళండి. కానీ డెమో చూసి బాగుందని జాయిన్ అయిపోయి చాలా ప్లేసెస్లలో ఏమవుతుందంటే డెమోలు చూసి జాయిన్ అవుతున్నారు, తర్వాత వాళ్ళు అనుకున్న స్టాండర్డ్కి లేకుండా అయిపోతుంది, మొత్తుకోవడం ఇవన్నీ జరుగుతున్నాయి. సో డెమోస్ ఆర్ నాట్ అ పారామీటర్ టు సెలెక్ట్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్. ఓవర్వ్యూ చదివితే సరిపోతుంది హారిక. ప్రిలిమ్స్ టెస్ట్ సిరీస్ ఇస్ దేర్ మనోహర్, యూ కెన్ రీచ్ అవుట్ ది ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఫర్ ఇట్. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఇనఫ్. ఇక్కడైతే లాజికల్ రీజనింగ్, అనలిటికల్ ఎబిలిటీ అండ్ డేటా ఇంటర్ప్రిటేషన్ ఇచ్చారు, విచ్ మీన్స్ అర్థమెటిక్ మే నాట్ బి దేర్. అనుష, ఎనీ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్స్? Okay, now since there are questions on answer writing, you have to call up the institute and take time. Vishnu, usually I meet people on Sundays. Data interpretation, reasoning okkate option Narsimha. Practice makes a man perfect ante. They are enough, Srinivas. Shiva, I teach polity, society, governance and formation. Okay, now అట్లాగే ఉంటుంది Arshad. Now all of you, on this note I'll be winding off. The next week I'm going to plan a session on answer writing, because there have been many questions on how to write answers, how to evaluate ourselves and all.